Okay, finally. And I did it all before 5 o'clock, so technically I'm on schedule. Now I just have to corral everybody back in here. Yeah, Streamlabs decided that it did not want to play nice. Hi, Bella. Hi, Mist Heart. It is indeed lore time. Or it will be as soon as Streamlabs starts letting me see my chat. Streamlabs, please. Streamlabs, please. No, she's not, but she's busy at the moment. Oh, Streamlabs. How's Cooper? He's good. He's doing well. I think he's asleep right now. Okay. Oh, maybe? Yeah, no, he's fucking absolutely massive. Oh, okay. It, like, shows up on my screen for, like, a split second. It's me. It's me fiddling with Streamlabs. Oh, I played myself. Okay, we're good. I'm finally done being messy. We're good. And everything is... I'm looking okay? I mean, I'm always looking okay, but, like, you know what I mean. Now we can get started. No hamburger helped me this time around. We're number 1 to Len. Anyway, how are all of you? Are you good? Stream. It's time. Back for more, back for lore, if you know what I mean. Hopefully my mouth is going enough. I mean, like, you know, I'm talking in real right now, so that's like this is my real face. So, you know. You know. If you know, you know. You know? Get. Etc. Get. Okay. No? For God's sake. Technology, right? I really am a teacher because I have to spend the first part of the stream figuring out how basic technology works. Have you ever had a teacher like that? Probably not as much now, because now people are more aware of technology, but back in my day, we'd have that a lot. Here's some grass, dog. Okay, so they still do that. Thank God. It just wouldn't be the same if they didn't. Yeah, we should give that to Orbeck. Oh no, wait, we couldn't even recruit him yet because we're too dumb. Going through this area is really annoying, but there's some extremely important lore around here that I never know how to get to. Oh, okay. Time for guts. Oh boy. Oh, I can run in this part anyway. Never mind. Now it's just a matter of surviving. Lol. Oh, I'm back at the fucking start. You can pet the dog in Dark Souls 3. No, I think you're right. I think we did get him. Anyway, bear with me. There's some actually really lore important stuff around here that I just need to remember how to find. If we see any of those pain-in-the-ass frogs, we're going the right way. And I don't mean like French people. I mean like the animal. I'm running in circles. Yeah, no, I mean, it's easy to get lost. It's a swamp. Everything looks the same. I haven't yet, Belda. I'm, like, not even close to there yet. I can only play for, like, a couple hours here and there. Okay, thank you. Time for Moss. If only Moss Wife was here, she would help us. It's just not the same without her, you know? You just, you know. She's important. You need her in your life. Like, if you know, you know. Etc. Anyway, how are all of you? Are you well? I already asked that, didn't I? I'm just very, very excited about finding out how you're all doing. Iron Flesh. I don't have a joke for that. Freg. It's these motherfuckers. They're back. Although, unlike Dark Souls 1, they don't permanently curse you in that awful, awful way. But they can just... They do have insta-kill still. It just doesn't permanently lower your health like it did in the worst game. Not worst, just worse. Inferior. Anyway, we're about to get to some actual lore soon, which is... I'll just warn you now, it is sadness ahead. Curse was curable, yes. But you needed a purging stone, and those were hard to come by until, like, halfway through the game. Like, once you can get to Ingbird, like the seal guy, he can cure curses. No, I don't think he can cure hollowing. I just think he can, like, absolve you of sin. So, quick reminder before we get to this, because we had to kind of run, like, by real quick. Do you remember earlier when we found those mushroom people? Just as Darkroot Garden was Oolacile, this was, unfortunately, Darkroot Garden. And here we have the body of Elizabeth, the mushroom, sadly. You remember her. And praying at her feet is Princess Dusk. One chest is already open, so somebody was here before her, but that means that Farron is Darkroot Garden, which is Oolacile, meaning these Abyss Watchers are right next to the place where the Abyss came out, naturally. That's kind of their thing. But given their whole wolf shtick, it seems like they stuck near the area where Artorias was. Basically, they're big fans. They're big Artorias fans, as it were. And I mean, who isn't, really, when you think about it, right? Sorry, my camera's being a pain. Thank you for your patience. There we go. Yeah, the Abyss Watchers stand Artorias. I foreshadowed that when we did Dark Souls 1, and this is the payoff. Yeah, nothing wrong with standing Artorias a little bit. A golden scroll chronicling the vast research of the Xanthus scholars. Give to a sorcerer to learn the arts of Oolacile. In the lost land of Oolacile, the sorceries orchestrated light and were said to shine in golden hues. Dress sewn in long-lost fashion, the elaborately embroidered, ivory-colored silk is imbued with ancient magic power. No protection is offered by this garment, as it was never intended for battle. So yeah, that is Dusk. Oh, are the commands not working? I can fix that. Let me just test to make sure, like, the widgets are working.
Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
I will hydrate. I just need to get Cloudbot up and running again. Two seconds. Okay. And fudge. Technology, right? I can fix it, but it probably won't go live until, like, I restart the stream. Oh, never mind. I got it. I roll. I'm actually really, really good with technology. I'm actually, like the queen of technology. I'm just really good. I'm, like, super, super good is the thing. You know? You know. If you know, you know. I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying that. Or when my mouth is moving weird. It's just one of those days, I think. We stand an imperialist queen, honestly. It's okay, though, because she deserves to run it. She earned it. I feel like it's okay for her to be an imperialist, because, like, she's right. Oh, let's give those to Orbeck while we're here. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna have somebody ruling over you, like, might as well have, like, somebody that knows what they're doing, you know? Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's, like, a delay on it. That'd do it. Oh my god, she's back! Remember her?
Hello again. I have since heard a great deal about you.
Oh.
For one, that you are most gentle of heart.
Thanks.
I too am bound by duty, but can offer you my sign. I hear that cordial intrusion lays the path to embers.
Hell yeah.
If I can be of help, by all means, do call upon me. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
Oh, she was just telling me somebody followed me, apparently. I love her whole outfit. So yeah, if there was any question about who she served or anything like that, that ought to put it to rest a bit, I think. Just because, like, she literally gives you the Dark Moon loyalty gesture. She is a Blade of the Dark Moon. Not just, like, there's the Blue Sentinels, which follow the Ancient Accord and stuff, but, like, she's, like, 100% an actual Dark Moon. Big difference. I also like her a lot. I think we all do. If you don't, what are you doing, you know? You know? You get it. Etc. Anyway, obviously we have to equip that immediately. Show her a little royalty. Show her a little loyalty. The Blue Sentinels became secularized just because, the knowledge of Gwendolyn's existence faded with time, just because it's been so long. Like, in her nation, yes, people are aware of her, but, like, not necessarily everyone outside of the nation. She's really kept to herself, and we'll be discussing that in depth when we, once we get further in the game, we will discuss it, and that will be this stream, as promised. So, just, trust me on that. I'm going to be going into it, but, yeah. A part of it is that Gwendolyn is not remembered.
Oh, you're back then, again. I'm Orbeck of Vinheim, here to teach you sorceries. Let us begin with the basics. The ideal sorcerer bears the twin faces of the dragon. You could at least act as if you're paying attention.
I was listening. I'm just trying to see how much, if any of these have, like, lore. Oh, okay. Alteration of Soul Greatsword developed by sorcerers of the Undead Legion of Farron. The Legion has a tendency to emphasize speed over power, and this practical alteration of an existing sorcery is no exception. Oh yeah, the twin faces of the dragon are basically the two Dragon Crest rings that we've seen. We discussed that in Dark Souls 1. Like, they're connected to the Vinheim Dragon School, which, you know, was heavily inspired by Seath. Because, of course. Because we can't have nice things. Thank you, Vive. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Sorcery developed by a certain surreptitious sorcerer at Vinheim Dragon School. Masks noises of the caster and prevents fall damage. Their mastery of the sorcery alone allows Vinheim spooks to demand handsome payment for their services. Let's give him some scrolls.
Oh my. This is stupendous.
Thanks.
And the Undead Legion of Farron possesses sorceries quite unknown.
I like him. He likes knowledge the same way I do.
For upholding your end of the bargain. I doubt I ever would have made this discovery alone. Now, let us unravel the thing.
I like how he isn't like a dick. He isn't like really tsundere about you bring him the books. He's like, wow, this is amazing. Thank you. It's like, you're welcome, King. Highly dangerous sorcery employed by Dragon School spooks, like secret agents and such. A body caught in a silent mist cloud lies still, while the face twists in a tortured scream. The names of these learned sorcerers became feared for this gruesome spectacle. Yikes. Sorcery which improves upon Farron Dart fires a cascade of soul darts. Entrusted to the leader of the Legion's acolytes, and apparently a sorcery of his daughter, Hazel, that was refined by a crystal sage. We discussed Hazel. She is a finger of Rosaria. What else? Okay, that just gave us the couple.
Oh my. Well, this is very unusual. It's from Ulasil, an ancient land of golden sorceries.
Yeah, dude, I've been there.
Even the Dragon School possesses such a long-lost scroll. What would the Xanthus scholars say with their ridiculous headwear? They would simply slaver over this find.
That's weird, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That's a little odd. Middles, let's not mention, like, stuff that we haven't gotten to. We're not super far. It's an important trend. Oh yeah, those are the same ones that Dusk had.
I don't mean to see an exchange for. I hope. Come again.
Oh, Orbeck. You crazy guy.
Oh, and
any of you sell large Titanite shards? Pretty please? Pretty please?
You haven't given up yet. Then you're a brasher less than I thought. You can make better use of this.
Thanks for the rock.
I don't need it. Not now I've flown the coop.
So that's interesting. It seems like he, flown the coop meaning, like, specifically deserted. As for, like, what he deserted from, etc., we'll discuss it in time.
The Undead Legion of Farron.
Oh, here's some lore.
Is a caravan of undead, sworn by wolf's blood to contain the abyss. The Legion will bury a kingdom at the first sign of exposure.
Yikes.
Joyous bunch, really. Gaining admission to the Legion is a matter of some ceremony. Inside their keep, snuffing out the flames of 3 altars opens the door to the wolf blood. Even accursed undead want to believe they're special, it seems. I pity the sorry souls.
Okay, I'm adjusting my posture now. Thank you, Bella. Oh, and I have a hydrate I'm due on too. Delicious. Now then. So, since he knows, you know, about the Legion's secrets and whatnot, we can probably assume he deserted from the Legion.
Ah. Ashen one.
I don't know what I'd do, but I would not do them all at once. I would absolutely have to spread them out. But yeah, the whole will bury a kingdom at the first sign of exposure is a little intense and maybe not great. Like, obviously, you know, Pobity's nerfed, but like, you know, stuff happens, but like, I think that might be a little extreme. But who's to say, really? But now we've opened the door. And yeah, so they used to keep this place all night neat and tidy, but when they were gone, this big nasty swamp came and reclaimed it. As for the Grue, there are a number of possibilities, but one possibility is... Oh, there's the crow people here. Oh, I hate that guy. They're all praying. I don't think they effectively utilized it, no. Yeah, there's a number of bodies here. Now, remember how I mentioned the lycanthropes earlier that we fought in the Road of Sacrifices? As we know, imbibing wolf's blood or partaking of wolf's blood plays a role in the ceremony of becoming an Abyss Watcher. And so, if that's the case, perhaps lycanthropes, or the wolf people, may have failed that test. And the Legion may be responsible for the lycanthropes, which is also, you know, not great, but, you know, nobody's nerfed. Yeah, I think a lot of some of these are in part people that tried and failed to attack the Farron Keep, but I think some are also Abyss Watchers who fell in the past. So we're gonna hop up here, and oh boy, those are Dark Wraiths. They're also Dark Wraiths attacking the Grues. So the Dark Wraiths and the Grues are not aligned. Which is quite interesting. And it also means, you know, Dark Wraiths may be wandering around here because, again, Abyss comes out. Like, this was an area where the Abyss popped out, and so they may be seeking, you know, the humanity or the darkness that Manus left behind. But it seems like the Gru are kind of hostile to everything and just kind of attack on sight, so... Oh, right. One of them big old lizards again. Oofa doofa. Hit hard, but body soft. They're super cool. Hey man, that's a pretty great magic weapon. We have fun. Yeah, the question is whether or not these are transformed former residents of blah, blah, blah. Whether they're transformed remnants of the people of Ulasil, given the similarity in their head structure, but they could also just be creatures mutated by the Abyss or this abyssal swamp that we find ourselves in. You know? Atonement. And the Hollow Gem. Gem and the Hollows. A gem of infused titanite, a stone plentiful in Londor, land of hollows. Used in infusion to create hollow weapons. So again, hollows live in Londor, and that's really interesting. Which is... And again, this speaks to the fact that hollows might not be as mindless as we thought, because they were at the time, but it has been so much time that it is entirely possible that they just began to develop new selves. And that is really interesting because, again, we've been taught that the natural state of humanity is hollow, and it seemed like, oh, but like, aren't hollows like just completely mindless and stuff? That seems kind of whack. But this game seems to imply that after enough time, hollows can form their own identities. They just forget their old identities. So they lose the self they were before hollowing, but they do become someone new after a period of mindlessness. Miracle given to those cast out from the Sable Church of Londor. So there's a mention of a church. We're not going to go too into the church this time, but that'll be on our New Game Plus playthrough. We're going to do a separate plot line about that. This is the only tale known by the exiles, who believe it carries words of forgiveness. Cursed journeys, too, must ultimately come to an end. So it kind of fucks them over, actually. They think it's going to do something helpful, but it doesn't. Oh, that wacky Sable Church. Bye.
Welcome, husband. Very well. Then take nourishment.
I will. Maybe pump that health up a bit.
Farewell.
I have such an odd stat distribution. I'm going to do as many quest lines as possible in this run, and then pick up anything I miss in the New Game Plus run. Still nothing. What can you do? Oh, he left. I want to check something, because, I recently saw a very, very rare interaction with him that is kind of random if it triggers, but we're gonna go and see what we can do. Shout out to Esper for actually finding it. Ah! And look, it's Hawkwood, and he's here.
The poor wretched souls. Be they lord or legend, the curse shows no mercy. What a sham. The poor, be they lord, what a
So he seems very disillusioned, and he's mourning people, and as we know, he was most likely mourning the Abyss Watchers and talking about the curse claiming them. Now, it's unclear if that curse is the Abyssal Curse or like the Curse of Hollowing, but we'll have to see when we actually go and check on them Abyss Watchers, because remember, our job here is to find them and bring them back to Firelink Shrine to make them, like, catch on fire again. So we're going to go in there and have a nice, pleasant conversation. As one does. First we have to deal with the Dick Wraiths. I had no idea they could cast spells. I genuinely never seen that before. God, I really wish I had my weapon up to +5 right now. Yeah, I changed the name because, I changed up the name because I was applying to an agency, and they made a really good point, which was if you, like, if I want to make headway, I can't be using the old name just because it contains the name of an licensed character from an existing franchise. No, I wasn't usurped. I just, you know, I retired. And now I'm just a professor. Anyway, so let's go get the Abyss Watchers, who, seem like they might be fighting something, so hopefully we can go in there and help. Ooh, that looks... not... less... They're fighting each other. Despite working together, it seems that they have begun killing each other over and over, their bodies just littering the ground. And so it seems like maybe talking to them is not necessarily an option. This fight's so fucking good. And the music, oh my god. This guy doesn't seem that tough. Here's where things get crazy. Again, they're undead, so they can keep getting up. They're not done yet. No matter how much they fight each other, they will keep coming back unless their cinders are put to rest. But here's where it gets crazy. One of them has red eyes and will actually aggro the other two, which creates this really interesting dynamic for the boss fight. Shit. Now, as for why the hell that's happening, oof. So, let's go into the question of, okay, why the hell is this happening? And the nature of that is the curse. They, just like Artorias, ultimately fell to the Abyss. And it seems like, you know, going in, they were aware of that. But upon returning to Farron and finding it reduced to this swamp, that their time fighting the Abyss had been for nothing, they fell to it. Either they hollowed and became hostile, or some were corrupted by the Abyss, but they are eternally bound to halt the spread of the Abyss, even if that means killing each other. But the problem is, they're all undead, so unless their cinders are ripped from them, they will just keep coming back. Now, a part of that also raises the question of how did all of these guys, like, link the flame together, and we will get into that. I love this fight, but we're a little over-leveled for it. Oh boy. The theme is amazing, too. Fun fact, the solo female vocals on here are actually Yuka Kitamura, the composer. Well, this is interesting. Remember the discussion of wolf's blood? It seems as if that through consuming this blood, they linked their souls together into a powerful one, and they have entrusted that true soul to one final Abyss Watcher. Means the rest won't be coming back. They're giving their all to fight you here and now. So we have to finish the job. And If we can't convince them, we're gonna have to bring them back the only other way we can. Yeah, typically they're a lot harder, but I am very over-leveled for it. So the damage, the output I have is pretty nuts. But this dude is strong. Yeah, you can see this one has red eyes, meaning this is most likely, you know, again, it's a collection, so he is in part abyssal. And that is that. Such a tragedy. Their story is so... it's so sad, you know? Yeah, this fight is amazing. This is probably my third favorite fight in the game. Easily one of my favorite boss fights of all time. Typically, it's a little harder because I do less damage and take more damage, but that fight is, it's so good. It's so good. I'm not sure if we have anybody here who's watching this for the first time, but it's amazing. Now, we didn't get the Abyss Watcher soul. We got the soul of the blood of the wolf. The blood was spread amongst the Abyss Watchers, and their souls are one with the soul of the Wolf-Blood Master. So they pooled their souls together to find the strength to link the fire, which most likely they linked the fire to halt the spread of the Abyss, but ultimately failed, and upon seeing how their work had come to nothing, they... Yeah. I mean, you saw it. We also got the Cinders of a Lord. Cinders of a Lord left by the Abyss Watchers. If the Lords will not return to their thrones themselves, let them return as cinders. The Watchers of the Abyss swore upon their shared wolf's blood, which also served as their mandate of Lords. So, what this is saying is, whatever little bit of them is left, the cinders, like the tiny embers of the soul that caused, you know, the flame to be linked, will be enough, whether we have to kill them or not. Maddie Bezier, or Bezier, thank you for the follow. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Let me know if I'm not.
Gaining admission.
Okay, yeah.
You oft the Lords of Cinder, the Undead Legion. So that's how they're delivered to their thrones. I pity the sorry souls. Is that really Lordship's last reward?
Poor guy.
I failed to thank you for helping them find their final resting place. I pity the sorry souls. Is that really Lordship's last reward?
That's fucked up. Poor guy. A ring given to the Undead Legion of Farron reduces skill FP consumption. The Abyss Watchers, for their hunting, required a sword technique that went beyond any existing art. Wolf's Blood provided just that, and this ring further extends the effect. Now that's interesting because it seems to imply that blood and the soul are connected. Like the soul exists within blood, and we'll come back to that. Is this place the only place that the Unkindled were brought when they failed to link the fire? It is unclear. It is likely that this is the only place for reasons I will explain later on, but it is possible that they are in other places, but
Welcome home, Master.
again, it's hard to say.
Very well, then take nourishment from these.
Almost.
Farewell, I mean. Welcome, husband. Very well, then take.
Just bump up my numbers real quick.
Farewell, Ashen One.
I'm not sure if she sells their stuff yet, but... Oh, yeah. Sorry, excuse me, I have a bit of a cough. Not COVID, I promise. I have enough health problems as is. Last thing I need is fucking COVID. So we can get their outfit. Attire of the Abyss Watchers, the Undead Legion of Farron. These undead warriors vowed to partake of wolf blood. They acted in the dark, seeking out any sign of the Abyss, fighting a constant war with its abominations. This pointed steel helm was a distinct symbol of the Legion, shirked as a sinister omen by the masses. So the masses were... The masses were afraid of the Abyss Watchers because, as we know, they were willing to just wipe out an entire kingdom if they detected any Abyss in there, which is pretty brutal. Oh yeah, it's the same thing.
Ashen One.
Anyway, we need to nourish it. Doesn't the bell in the intro that raises the undead ring from Firelink?
Blessing
That
of
could
the
work
moon
for
upon
either
our
argument.
journey.
Yes, it does. Sama, thank you for the follow. I'm not saying that, I'm sorry. Let's eat.
Welcome, husband. Very well, then take.
My god, that's a 574. We've really just like blown through the ranks. I'm sorry, no shade for having it. I mean no disrespect. What can we sell? Oh yeah, we're not gonna use this.
Ashen
What do we need to level up again? Almost there. So, yeah, I can... That's, like, the base framework for the Abyss Watchers. I can answer more questions as needed, because I can imagine you probably have a fair amount, which is completely fair. No pun intended. Come on. I hate being so close to it.
Ashen One.
Welcome. Very well, then take.
Okay.
Farewell, Ashen One. May
Oh yeah, we have some unique dialogue from Ludleth here, and then we can continue on and we can discuss the next area we head into, because it's quite interesting.
Fret not, fret not.
My feet are here firmly planted, for I am a lord, and this is my throne.
I love his fucking, all of his voice lines.
Ah, most illustrious Lord Seeker, or should I say, Lord Slayer? Fine kindling for the thrones, is it not? Each soul truly worthy of lordship. And all slain by thy hand, to bind them to their thrones, even in death. Oh, I have no qualms, for as we are to our thrones, thou art to thy duty. In fact, methinks thou'st helped these poor lords along their rightful path.
Yeah, that dialogue is really good.
Ah, and oh, in fact, now.
So he's saying, like, it was never your duty to bring them back. It was always your duty to kill them and bring them back. And he is fully aware of that.
Hi.
Oh yeah, Ludleth is a really great character. As for, the question of why Hawkwood defected, it is explained, and we will discuss it. Okay, if he's gone, then we can progress that. Oh yeah, at some point I need to save up 20,000 fucking buckaroos so I can open up a gate later on to get some lore. Come on, please. Nice. Yeah, no, it definitely... The lords are humanized to a great degree in this. There's a specific thing that made me fall in love with the lore for this series, which is related to an item description that humanizes the lords. It's so good. Now, what I like about this one... Hawkwood Shield has some answers. Ariel, we just killed the Abyss Watchers. What's interesting about this game, and what made me so in love with lore through playing this game... Like, I liked the lore in Dark Souls 1, don't get me wrong, but this was the one that really made me fall in love with it. Because so much of what's going on is not told to you. Like, don't get me wrong, the series is vague on purpose, and that's something that's I like about it. But in this one, the story actively lies to you. Like, the core story. Like, you can get Koth, who, like, illuminates stuff in Dark Souls 1, but here, the truth, you are not told the truth. You have to seek it out yourself. And that's what I love about it. Basically, how best to put it? If you just follow along with the story and you don't read anything or look into it at all, you might have a completely different understanding of the world than you would if you bother to look at things. And that's what makes it special. And here's some info on Hawkwood that we were discussing. Shield that belonged to Hawkwood, a deserter from the Undead Legion. The unique swordsmanship of the Watchers does not normally allow for the use of shields. The unique swordsmanship of the Watchers would not allow such a shield, and Hawkwood's very possession of it was telltale of his defeat. So basically, he was a coward, essentially. He deserted the Legion because he was afraid of what would happen. And it seems like he may have sought atonement at a later date, because he went on to attempt to link the fire himself and failed, which we can tell because, you know, he's an Unkindled. Now there is also the cup here, which we can assume is what the wolf's blood was drank from. The Catacombs of Karthus. This is not a nation we have heard of before. However, there's a whole bunch of skeletons in it. Karthus Rouge. This has some lore. Does this? Oh. Yeah, actually, I forgot to read some lore real quick. Medicinal pellets made from crushed insects. The black type temporarily boosts dark damage absorption. At all times, the Abyss Watchers of the Undead Legion kept a supply of these concoctions prepared by the Acolytes. Rumor has it their Grue descendants still make these concoctions. So if that's the case, that would imply that these specific Acolytes of the Abyss Watchers became the Grues, which lends credence to the fact that the Grues were corrupted by the Abyss, similar to the residents of Ulasil. And so it seems like they may have stayed behind after the Abyss Watchers went to link the flame, and yeah, I mean, you can see the result. And it's not pretty. It's a shame, really. Now then. Associated with the warriors of Karthus, this applies bleed, whose blades take on the scarlet hues of both the sanguine substance and the spatters of the victim's blood. So it seems like these Karthus people, or like the people from this place, Karthus, were pretty big on the whole war thing. What a guy. Now then. Okay, but where are my large Titanite shards, my man? There's a lot of skeletons here, basically. And as you'll note, some of these skeletons actually have those glowing eyes typically associated with the dark or the abyss. Now, here's what's interesting is that, well, logistically makes sense for the catacombs to be here. It seems quite odd that they would be catacombs of a different nation would be placed under the Abyss Watchers. And there is a reason for that, because it is supposed to feel odd. At one point, I saw somebody complaining about the logical inconsistency of it, and it's like, it's supposed to be odd, because there's a specific reason for that. Not that I'm bitter about being the only person that's ever right about lore ever. Suck it, Vaati. Sorry, Vaati. Enzy of Dark Souls 2's world? There's a reason for that, and we're going to discuss that when we get to Dark Souls 2. I've never been angry my whole life. I don't like being angry, so I just choose not to do it. Who is throwing knives at me? Shots fired. What can I say? Oh yeah, that's just saying they came from Karthus. That'll be useful later. But yeah, the Karthus being here is odd and not the way it always was. Keep in mind what was said earlier in the game, the churning lands of the Lords of Cinder, because that's going to come up pretty soon. Pyromancy Tome from Karthus, containing pyromancies crafted for battle. Give to the old master pyromancer to learn advanced pyromancies of Karthus. Karthus pyromancies developed in isolation from other forms, explaining their divergent evolution. So it seems like Karthus was fairly isolated from the nations that we have seen in the other games. Speaking of which, I actually wanted to mention something earlier about Orbeck. He says he comes from Vinheim and the Dragon School, but he never specifically states whether or not the Dragon School is still active and operating. That he may be here because of the fact that the Dragon School is no longer, like, a thing. But that's purely speculative, and so I don't want to give a definitive answer on it, but I would just say it's worth considering as a point of interest. I just feel like it would fit with the themes of kind of remnants of nations rather than nations themselves. If that makes sense? Hopefully it makes sense. Yeah, we have to go find a special someone. Full disclosure, I really don't like this area, but like... what can you do? It's not optional. But yeah, there's a lot of bodies down here. Like, these are very much like, catacombs in the very traditional sense. Like, there's just a bunch of bodies here. All underneath the Abyss Watcher's place. Ooh, I'm about to get his ass. We'll be discussing those rings. That was ill-conceived, but worth it for the Bants. These guys drop Karthus Rouge, in case that wasn't clear. We have so many Titanite shards, and we have yet to get any large ones, so it doesn't fucking help me. I don't want to, like... Yeah, Maddie, I just don't want to discuss stuff that we have not seen on screen. It's Henri!
Oh, hello. How very fortunate.
Our girl.
Have you seen my companion, Horace? To my shame, I was snared by a trap, and we've become separated. I've not been able to find him since.
I'm sorry, honey.
Yes, I see. Horace is a valiant knight. He can look after himself, no question. He's probably
I prefer the
right
female
now,
VA,
with
personally.
cast resolve. If you happen upon him, please tell him that I remained in the catacombs, and I will lay prism stones to guide him, as always. Please send him word, I beg of you. May the flames guide your way. If you have that
You have to find her here first. I am trying to play unmodded because I want to get unbanned from online. When I do New Game Plus, if I'm unbanned by then, or if it seems like I'm not going to get unbanned, I will be adding in a few specific mods to tidy up some stuff. Okay. Let's get her going. That doesn't sound good. Because it isn't. Big ol' skeleton ball. And this is funny, because the skeletons are actually, like, still somewhat cognizant. So the ball will roll up and down. Because the skeletons are just kind of pushing it back up. It's so funny. I have an arrow in my head. But yeah, you just have to find this dude with a hat and kill him, and then the ball will stop going. Which is good, because it drops an undead bone shard. Okay, here comes lore. Unless I kill them all. Yeah, no, I also love the Skeleball. Or there would be if I hadn't just killed all those guys. Oh, there we go. So, they throw those orbs, and humanity comes out of them, which, as we know, is associated with the Abyss. So, that's... I find that really interesting, and that kind of is our first clue as to why the, why they're here in the first place. Because as we know, the lands converge, and so it seems very interesting that a land full of dead people would converge underneath the Abyss Watchers when those people had abyssal stuff going on. Which we can deduce... Oh, yeah. Which we can deduce may have led to the Abyss Watchers coming for them. Which is less than ideal, and... as nice as the Abyss Watchers seem, the fact that they wiped out this entire nation is pretty intense. And also raises the question of, like, how did the Abyss get involved? What happened afterward? And we'll be discussing all of that. Ring worn by warriors of the Sand Kingdom, Karthus. The sword technique of Karthus allows for fluid movement with a curved sword. Masters of the technique are said to dazzle their opponents by moving as weightlessly as a grain of sand. They live for their High Lord Wolnir, conqueror of most kingdoms known to their people. We have not met a Wolnir, but we will be discussing Wolnir in depth. It's a fun ring. Oh, I thought I was two-handing. These skeletons are no joke. I can't even see what's happening. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. I'm funny sometimes. Oh, hi guys. Whoa, hey guys. Welcome to EB Games. Hi guys, can you just stand exactly, like, right here for 2 seconds? Yeah, that's good. Just stand right there, okay? Nice and easy. Oh, shit. Delicious. That's how I roll, baby. I like to party. Sometimes. So yeah, it seems like because of the fact that the Abyss Watchers raided that land and slaughtered it, it was dragged to them. And here's where it gets really interesting. When we see the graves of the Abyss Watchers, they are waking up in a desert-looking area. They aren't waking up in, like, Farron Swamp. So it's possible that the Abyss claimed them, or they came to link the fire in that area. Which may be why it was so close to Farron Keep, because it was trying to draw them back to where they needed to go. Now, that's idle speculation, but it's a possibility. Either way, it was dragged to them, perhaps because of its connection to them, or as a reminder of their sins. Should have talked to Velka. You always gotta talk to Velka. We can't get anything from her yet.
Ashen 1.
It was prime real estate. It's free real estate. That hurt. I only ever wag my finger when I'm very certain. When I wag my finger, that means it'll be on the test. How wild would it be if I actually made a test at the end of this lore through? Like, put it on my Discord and, like... Or, like, made it like a Google survey or something. I feel like it would be, really annoying, but maybe fun. I'm so glad we have an emote of the finger waggle. It's great. If I ever get, like, full body motion capture, I am absolutely just going to finger waggle, like, for realsies. Because I tend to talk with my hands a lot. That's just... The fun fact about Jews is that we talk with our hands a lot. If you are Jewish or know Jewish people, you probably have noticed it. We like to talk with our hands. Rats. Oh my god, did you see that? How does she do it? Yeah, I would love to get, like, full body mocap, but I can't afford that shit. I don't even have a full body camera. I make particular note of my speech habits because I want to make sure that I don't do anything too weird. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of slimy nasties around here. And the last thing you want in your business is a slimy nasty. Deja vu! I am working on getting a full body. Someday I will have a full body, like a real girl. I will no longer be kept in this anime prison. Deja vu? Yeah, these were rightfully nerfed after Dark Souls 1, because I don't know if you remember how powerful they were in Dark Souls 1, but they were a little much. More lore. I want to grow up to be a Beyblade skeleton. Don't just let your dreams be dreams. Live your truth. I believe in you. I have faith that one day, if you try hard enough, you can become an Initial D Beyblade skeleton. Yeah, no, they could It's a shame that none of them ever linked the flame, because they would do a hell of a lot better than any other Lord of Cinder. Or maybe they did link the flame, that's why they're so much weaker in this one. Because they used up all their stuff linking the flame. Can I get a large Titanite shard, please? No. You have something to look forward to? Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, is chat showing up on the screen, by the way? I want to make sure that's not glitched out. Because I had some issues with it earlier. Ah! Ah! Chat's not showing? Oh, okay. Stream delay. Here are hellish stream delay. Umbral Ash of the Grave Warden of the Catacombs of Karthus. The old man began as a squire, carrying his master's accoutrement. He ended his days a Grave Warden, and carried them still. That's so sweet. Finally. About goddamn time. You. Yeah, Streamlabs was not happy with me changing usernames. No, different. It's a different thing. I forget, does that drop anything when you break it? Dark gem. Oh. Anyway. So yeah, that's the basics of what we have so far. Oh yeah, we got the blood ring. Boost rolling invincibility at the cost of defense. The sword tick. Oh, that's the same thing. They live for High Lord Wolnir. There's a specific item that... Dude. Oh, okay. There's a specific item that talks about what happened to Wolnir, but... The Grave Wardens of Karthus used these lightning pellets to repel a great sandworm. The worm tumbled into the catacombs and proceeded to dominate its new home in the Smoldering Lake. What is the Smoldering Lake, you ask? We will discuss. That's a whole lot of skeletons. Perhaps a lake that is smoldering. Ooh, somebody knows their lore. Invaded by Night Slayer Soreg. This fucking guy. Hi. Now this is a lad. That's quite the sword. He hits like a fucking truck. Tarkus too, but less friendly this time. Oh, sweet Jesus. Evil Tarkus. Darkus. Evil Tarkus's name is Marcus. Marcus Darkus. Boys. Woo! My thanks. If he kills, whether or not, like, if he kills you or if he, beats you, like, if he kills you or you kill him, he gives you the same gesture, which is this absolutely lad-based gesture. Ring of the Savage Soreg, more commonly known as the Night Slayer. Long ago, Soreg engaged the guardians of an ancient city in bloody confrontation and returned with their rings as his prize, still frozen on their dismembered fingers. Damn. That's fucked up. What a lad. Anyway, Tarkus is a fucking beast. Frozen indeed. It's entirely possible that it might be referring to a specific nation we have yet to reach. Not this time, boyo. It is entirely possible that he may have, yes. I'm referring to the place you can't say. That may be the place he invaded. But...
Welcome home, Ashen One. Very well, then take nourishment.
If Bonfire VN can cross over games, that's it. I'm never watching anything else.
Ah,
Oh yeah.
gracious. Passing fine ash thou'st given. Let this ash bestow nourishment. I only...
What's she selling? That doesn't really help us much, ma'am, but thank you.
Ashen One.
Wept as good as wasn't he?
Pump up my wind blades.
Pretty.
Now then, let's pop over to our boy here.
Well, well. I've never seen anything like this. This inscription. This tome is from the catacombs. Fascinating. On this day, the teacher learns alongside the pupil.
So that's interesting because it seems like... It seems as if he's aware of the existence of Karthus, but not necessarily familiar with their work. Twin wind blades, it's a win-win. Let's see. Karthus's swordsmen attach great value to victory and would not shun the use of such pyromancies. For where is the honor in death and scoured bones? Karthus's aggression has been likened to an uncontrollable fire, and since ancient times, its beacon has been used as a signal for war.
Do not be what?
So, yeah. So, there's a specific rare drop that we can get that goes into some more detail about High Lord Wolnir. And we're not going to get it. Or at least I doubt we will, so I'm just going to talk about it real quick before we run on, because it's important to know. So basically, as we know, the Abyss kind of came for Karthus. And Wolnir, who was, you know, this really powerful king, was initially, like, you know, he was a pretty fearless guy, but he got really spooked by the Abyss. Like, he really was, like, just really put out by the whole thing, you know? He was just, like, he was not having it. And so he started to get desperate, attempting to find a solution to the whole Abyss thing. And it seems as if, apparently, he found some blessed objects, specifically some blessed bracers or bracelets that provided protection against the Abyss. They were most likely enchanted with some, like, blessed element, something, you know, divine for the sake of the gods, that sort of thing. And so I think that's really, that's stuff I'm really interested in. You know what I'm saying. I'm rambling, forgive me. But the bracelet thing is important. Also, for a thing that's coming up, I am begging you, nobody spoil. Oh, real quick, actually, is there anybody in this stream right now who has not played 3 before, or is, like, not aware of the story of 3? I don't remember exactly what it is. I think it's one of the, like, the rare drop weapons. Oh, sweet. Okay. Sweet. That's great. I'm really glad that I can be the way that you experience the game for the first time. That makes me really happy. So all these skeletons will try to follow you, but you can actually break the bridge. Look at them go. God bless them. Now then. This seems to be, like, the central tomb that the catacombs are built around. This is a big old tomb. There's a door there, but we can't open it. There's also a goblet here. It's a skull goblet. Always made me wonder, how, as cool as these are, how do people drink out of them? Like, wouldn't it just come out of the eye sockets? But anyway. Let's touch it. Oh boy. That is abyssal. That's not good, maybe? There's a thing here. Let's go grab it. And we'll figure out where to go from here. Hello! Hello! That's a very... That's a pretty big guy. Surprise! Shit. Oh no. Yeah, remember those bracelets? We are in the abyss right now. Or at least on the... We're, like, kind of on the precipice of the abyss. Oh my god, he keeps spamming the one attack that can kill you really quickly. That's 3 in a row. Oh, and I'm at, like, the edge of the map already. So, as tough as he is, breaking the bracelets is a pretty surefire way to deal some damage to him. But yeah, it's not only is he like a big ol' lad, he yeah, we're kind of like on the edge of the abyss. That's a big man. And yeah, you don't want to get caught up in that mist, because that mist will wreck your fucking day. Now, you can fight him normally and kill him, but if you break them, rather than dying traditionally, he will actually get pulled away into the abyss and trapped there forever, which is a fate worse than death, maybe. Hi, wife. I beat him first try because my wife, the good luck charm, is here. Hi, wife. I love you. That was nice and easy. We banished the abyss. How that works is, basically, how to put it? The abyss was coming forward and looking for Wolnir, and by giving it Wolnir, it kind of left us alone. It was like, we're not here for you. And that means we are done here. Although we have some lore to get. Who put the abyss in the goblet? I think the goblet was meant as a way to contain the abyss. Because the abyss can be attached to objects, like the pendant in Manus. Lord Wolnir of Karthus sentenced countless souls to gruesome deaths, keen to outlive them all. Yeah, the consciousness, the question of whether or not the abyss is sentient is really a complicated one. Crown of Wolnir, the Karthus conqueror. Once upon a time, such things were bequeathed judiciously to each of the rightful lords, until Wolnir brought them to their knees, and ground their crowns to dust. Then the crowns became one, and Wolnir the High Lord.
Ashen one.
So that's pretty interesting. Now, I am going to take a quick break once I level up, and when I am back, we are going to hit maybe the most beautiful area in Dark Souls, like the series. I'm not even joking. Like, we're getting close to one of the most, you know, gorgeous view-ahead views in the entire series, so stay tuned after I deal with this in 2 seconds. Fuck your soul, Wolnir.
Ashen one.
Welcome.
All that conquering, he's still eating a ward. Oh my god, Magilla, holy shit. Hi! Oh my god, hi. Wow. Hi. Really, really big fan. Oh my god. Thank you for coming by. I was literally, like, just blasting your stuff, like, earlier today. Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cool. I'm super cool. I'm kill. Ugh. Oh boy. Okay, as I said, I am, gonna go take a quick break, and then we will, be back and go to the really, really pretty area. Um, yeah, I will be back soon. Oh my god, stop. No, you're the coolest. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you so much. And thank you for making such kick-ass music. Before I BRB, I'm actually gonna drop a link to a song real quick because I was listening to it non-stop earlier. We're gonna be coming back in a few minutes, so don't go anywhere, but put this in your watch list. I'm just gonna post the YouTube link since not everybody has Spotify. You're so welcome. Thank you for making it. We heard the remix of it on Joyride's album, and I looked into it and I was like, oh my god, and I've just been like going hard to it nonstop. It's so good. Everybody go listen to it, and I will be back in like 2 seconds. Okay, okay. Let's get to it with our girl in the background narrating our leveling process. And we're just gonna head to the prettiest fucking area you ever did see. Oh, sorry, but the mouth on this is going a little nuts right now. Alright. This is, oh, it's so gorgeous.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Yeah, we still have to get that key. Apologies for freaking out a little bit there. I just got a little starstruck. I'm good. Who, me? Or like the outfit in game? So there's definitely some stuff we need back there. Oh, thank you. I love the Fallen Knight set. Oh, we need to do the Grave Warden Pyromancy too. High Lord Wolnir of Karthus succumbed to the Abyss, but the Pyromancer later became a Grave Warden and discovered the Black Flame. Shout out to this one for having cloth physics, unlike Dark Souls 1 with its cardboard capes.
Hey, they were trying their best.
Alright. Sorry, I gave a snippet of it there, but I'm just gonna shut up for a second and... This is Irithyll, capital of the Sunless Realms. With a massive castle shrouded by fog out in the distance. And watched over by a powerful, bright moon. Unlike the fading sun and bleached out colors of the other areas, everything is vibrant and shimmering here. In the moonlight, because this is the Boreal Valley, the capital of the Sunless Realms, which are quite literally sunless. Yeah, because the moon is bright enough, and as we know, the moon is associated with Gwendolyn, kind of a thing. Hi, Cooper. What's up, buddy?
Sorry about our screaming cat.
I love you, Cooper. Anyway, so this area is super heavily illuminated by the moon, which is, you know, kind of a big deal. And if the Sunless Realms are the realms ruled by Gwendolyn, which it certainly seems like they are, given the fact that Sirris is a dark moon, this would be the capital of Gwendolyn's own kingdom. After the events of Dark Souls 1, she broke from her father's brainwashing and broke from her father's will, and instead of simply following in his footsteps blindly, she created something of her own. She created a new and beautiful kingdom, one that endures under the light of the moon rather than that of the sun. And her strength is so great even now that the moon shines so much brighter because she isn't holding herself back anymore. She doesn't have to. She is free and she has her own nation and she is doing pretty gosh darn good. And has been Because don't forget, it's been thousands of years between Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3. And she is still in charge of this place, and it seems like a pretty good place. However, here's where things take a turn, an unfortunate one. We know that the Boreal Valley is also home to Sullivan, the owner or commander of those Outrider Knights, and connected to Aldrich. We also know that Cirrus refers to herself as a former servant of the divinity, which means that as wonderful as Irithyll may have been, things may have changed, and not necessarily for the better. So we are going to have to see for ourselves, but remember that no matter what, I need you to listen very seriously here, because it's important. No matter what, she accomplished something amazing, and we can't forget that no matter what we find when we go in there. Bring a doll to be granted passage. It's guarded by a magic gate, basically, and that's why we had to go get the doll from Aldrich's coffin. And that is certainly a thing. That's one bad dog. So, you know, Vort, this is what was under his armor. Those Outrider Knights, they eventually become these, known as Pontiff Beasts. Meaning that was at one point a person, like dead ass. It really is.
I hate that so much.
Bewitched ring that Pontiff Sullivan bestowed upon his knights. Knights who peer into the black orb are lured into battles of death, transformed into frenzied beasts. No wonder the Pontiff only provides these rings to those dispatched to foreign lands. Yeah, you want to know the worst part? If you stagger them, upon reposting, if they're not dead, they will simply lie there and clasp their hands in prayer. Like some element of them still exists. And that just makes it so much worse, in my opinion. So, maybe not great. Yeah, exactly. There are a number of figures praying. One sitting crowned figure holding an object of some kind. And another with a crown with an outstretched hand. And one more, this one, a woman. And we will discuss who they are in time. But for now, we have to run on back and take care of some stuff. Because there's something that we forgot to do that's important. That we need to do before we go to the next area. And not necessarily need, but it's something I want to get out of the way to cover it now because we're moving into, like, the second third of the game.
Ashen 1.
Welcome. Very then take.
Yeah, there are a few optional areas that we can tackle here, and I kind of want to save Irithyll for later on in the
Ashen 1.
playthrough. Not like later on, like a week from now, but like later on in the 4 hours. Because we're only about halfway in. Oh yeah, let's give him the Grave Warden.
I'm afraid I cannot accept this. This pyromancy tome is dark and delves into the depths of men where an untouchable flame resides. I cannot comprehend this myself, let alone teach it to you. It is a spell forbidden in the Great Swamp, and nearly everywhere else too. Only one terribly afflicted or burdened by deep sorrow could begin to understand this.
So it seems like they're aware of Abyssal Flame, but like they refuse to access it.
What is it?
Which is understandable given what it did to Wolnir there. To old skelly man. Yeah, we're gonna actually head all the way back to the Undead Settlement, because there's an object that we need there. Vape Lord Wolnir. Bone Daddy. He's got a lot of names. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I should drop my links. I don't know why that reminded me, but it did remind me, that's for sure.
Hey, if you gotta drop your links, you gotta drop your links.
I should have dropped these when Magilla was here. That's still so nuts. Posture check, thank you. I'm good. Anyway, remember that area with all the people praying to the big tree that I was like, we're not gonna go in yet, we're gonna go back to it? Now we're going back to it. Stretch, hydrate. Oh, thank you guys.
Take care of yourself. Alright, I'm gonna stretch also.
It's important. I can't even... Hang on. I'm looking for something. I'm doing something. I'm not just dancing. I'm a dancing fool. You'll see. I'm a dancing fool. There we go.
Oh my goodness. You gotta stretch too.
We did get a name change. But, you know, same bat time, same bat channel.
Can I turn on the heat or is it too loud for the mic?
Heat's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I was talking to this agency and they made a good point about how it probably isn't the best to have the name of a character that isn't mine in my stream name in case I ever do make it big. Probably unlikely, but like better to be safe than sorry. But my love for Gwendolyn will never fade.
Oh, I guess we can't say TRE for the next 5 minutes.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I see your game here. Okay.
She's basically mine.
Basically.
It's true. So we see all these guys praying to this large object, whose name I can't say. And yeah, that is not your average Great Wood. It is rotted by curses, hence the name. you deal damage by hitting these bulbous things, which is gross. And also really annoying. Like, why did those not count as a weak point, you know? It feels rather inconsistent. Yeah, exactly. That is a hand. That is not your average Greatwood. So don't forget, curses are manifestations, right? And so it seems like so much cursing went into this Greatwood. Almost said it, but I didn't. Face, please remember not to reveal the names of any places we haven't been to yet. Okay, that was easy.
Okay, well, we beat the big curse-rotted object.
What word was banned?
Bella redeemed an IRL word ban.
What was the word?
I can't say it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, we're done with tree, so I can just say tree. So we got soul of the rotted tree.
Stupid plant.
And the transposing kiln. You know, I thought I turned off the word ban.
You can just ignore it.
At least for lore throughs, but...
Yeah, word bans, I guess, don't count for lore throughs, so sorry you wasted your points.
Well, I'll fulfill that one, but... Soul of the curse-wadded great tree. Ever since its establishment, all manner of curses have managed to seep into the undead settlement. The worst of them were sealed away inside a spirit tree, but the curses eventually took their toll. So that's what's up with the tree, but more importantly, we got the soul transposing kiln. Did I say... I didn't say that.
You did say curse-wadded?
No, I
thought
didn't.
you did it on purpose.
No, I didn't.
Wait, did you not do it on purpose?
No.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, no.
I do have good news, though.
What? Hey, Cooper.
He's sleeping. Well,
Oh.
he's not. As soon as I say he's sleeping, he opens his eyes. Go back to sleep, Cooper. It's your nap time.
Why is the kiln inside the tree? There are multiple objects stored within the tree. And most likely because the object is cursed, it was probably, you know, it is probably, was sealed away because it had a curse in it. The anime curse is spreading. I refuse to allow it. I won't let it happen. An old transposing kiln from Corland. Craft with stitched crystal lizard hide. Corland is where Ludleth is from. Give to Ludleth, Lord of Cinder, to conduct soul transposition. Good night, Ariel.
Good night, Ariel.
This kiln can transpose twisted souls to craft special items with their concentrated essence, deemed forbidden by those unable to make proper use of it. So, a bunch of losers. Oopsie doopsie. So the reason I got that is because basically we can use that to turn boss souls into weapons, and even if you don't have the boss soul, you can see the objects that you would have been able to get, and all of them have lore. We can also get some lore by killing Ludlith, because he does come back to life, because he can't die.
Fret not, for I.
Here we go.
Oh, belike it is a transposing kiln in thy possession. Seen better days, but methinks it shall suffice. Now, bring to me a twisted soul. Transposition is the art of extracting and coalescing the essence of a soul. In transposing a twisted soul, its true power transferreth to thee. Thy purpose is to seek lords and slay them. What's to fear in a little transposition now?
That is super interesting. So he's saying, like, I use this art and it allows you to transfer souls and stuff. Now, he's also regarded as Ludlith the Exiled, and so it's possible that he may have been exiled because of the whole soul transposition thing, but we'll see. I just want to make sure we get, we hit on the ones that are really important. Sorcery of Archdeacon Royce and his deacons, the Deacons of the Deep, said to have been imparted to them by McDonald of the Boreal Valley. Fires dark soul dregs, souls which swell from the deep pursue their target, drawn towards life. Now it's interesting because they actually seem to resemble humanity a bit, and there's a reason for that. It's unclear if that's why he has no legs. There are a few theories about that. Now then, so it seems like one of those archdeacons was in Irithyll. Like, is in the Boreal Valley, which means he probably serves Sullivan and the Outrider Knights. I just want to see if, oh, yeah. The deacons, under the guidance of Archdeacon McDonald, became both clergymen and sorcerers. So it seems like this Archdeacon McDonald kind of spread dark sorcery or deep sorcery to clerics of, like, the Way of White and corrupted them that way. This is connected to a character from Dark Souls 2, so I'm not going to go into it just yet. Oh yeah, a holy sword eroded by the abyss. When Wolnir fell to the abyss, he was gripped by a fear of true darkness, and pleaded to the gods for the first time. This holy sword, together with 3 armlets stripped from the corpses of clerics, gave him some semblance of comfort. Skill Wrath of the Gods. Thrust weapon into earth to emit powerful shockwave. The wrath of those swallowed by the abyss is a thing to be wary of indeed. Here we go. Wolf Knight Greatsword. So this is Artorias' Greatsword. Because Artorias. Greatsword of a knight tainted by the dark blood of the abyss, and master of the wolf's blood of Farron. The Wolf Knight was the first Abyss Watcher, and his sword is more punishing against creations of the abyss. So it does more damage to abyssal creatures. Now, this gets into the stuff that somebody was discussing about loving their fighting style. I'm not sure if they're still here. Greatsword of the Abyss Watchers, which is atypically paired with an unusual dagger. The dagger is utilized as a wedge in the left hand, while the greatsword is held in the right. A unique technique that was synonymous with the Undead Legion. Confounds foes in the manner of wolves hunting prey. So essentially, the reason they do that is in order to confuse their prey to move faster and more effectively, and to, like, get behind enemies. Basically, they didn't fear for their own safety, and so didn't bother with a shield. Can you turn that off?
Oh, sorry, is it too hot?
Yeah. Sorry. Now then. So, Hawkwood having a shield helps to explain a bit about why he deserted, because it seems like he was unwilling to throw away his shield in his defense. Let's see. These don't really have a ton. Okay, yeah. Those are the only ones we need right now. But I'm gonna grab that sword, because we need it for later. It's a surprise tool that will help us later. I thought we had more than that. Oh well. Let's continue.
Ashen One.
Welcome, husband. Ashen One, so
Okay.
I'm Ashen.
Ashen, Ashen, Ashen. Love her. Indeed. So before we continue, we're going to take a little detour. I'm sorry to, like... I know it was mean of me to just, like, tease Irithyll like that, but I promise I'm not going to leave you hanging completely.
We're not done there yet.
I just want to, make sure we get everything done in the right order. The next area we're not going to do the entirety of, but we're going to cover some stuff, mostly because I need to get upgrade materials there, and then we're going to come back and discuss the, like, entirety of it. Thank you for bearing with my somewhat messy path, because I like to try to keep it nice and consistent for the sake of lore, but hopefully it still makes sense. Oh, please don't all get up. No, oh boy. Oh, I just screwed myself over. Yeah. Oopsie doopsie. I need to remember the proper way to get through there. Because we need to talk to somebody over there. But there's a whole load of skeletons in the way. And we can't take the bridge. So we're going to have to figure out another option. I know there is another option, I just can't remember how to do it. I think I probably need to come from the other direction. Hopefully it's not too unclear as we tackle it. Let me know if it is, because obviously I have a lot of ground to cover. Oh no, I'm sorry, Bella. Oh boy. I just want to talk to her. Hi, Dark Hex. Okay. I just need to try to find a way to get around them skeletons. I like... Okay. Now then. Look who it is. It's Henri. Hi.
Oh, hello. We meet again. Have you seen Horace anywhere?
I haven't. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. I see. I've searched high and low, with no luck. Perhaps he's left the catacombs. Oh, Horace. Where have you run off to?
Hey, man. Like, not to demean your intelligence or anything, but, like... Horace is 100%, like, right there.
I was wondering if you were gonna do that or not.
He's literally just, like, right down there.
Just chilling.
Like, honey. She's a himbo.
That's true. She is a himbo. Henri, sweetie.
Henri, honey, baby. Having the Astora tradition of being brave but not too bright.
In true Astora fashion. Being a lovable dumbass.
She is a fully grown adult.
Ah. Ashen one. Ah, how many?
Maybe Henri. Well, she said she searched high and low. I thought I had enough.
Maybe she was searching in another area and just sat down there to rest.
Maybe. That's possible.
Ashen one.
Also, hi, Cellular. She's a fully grown adult.
And she's a dumbass,
And we love her for it.
Ashen.
Welcome. Very well, then take
What happens with her varies.
farewell, Ashen Maid.
She can see him and go down there if you tell her that, like, you saw him. Which we're not gonna do because... I mean, it's not a spoiler since we're not doing that. If she goes down there and Horace is still alive and hollowed, she will also go hollow and her journey will end. Henri was looking... Are you implying Henri's just, like, hotboxing the armor? Because that's amazing. Yes. That fucking rules. I take it back. She's not dumb.
She knows how to party.
The timing. Mercenary. That's a demon. There's a mimic, and if you're lucky, they can actually attack each other. Unless he burns the mimic to death, which is likely. The skeletons also aggro the demon, so it doesn't seem like Karthus had a bunch of demons running around. Soul of a Demon and Black Blade. A short katana wielded by the swordsman and distinguished guest of High Lord Wolnir. The swordsman was a master of a rare technique, traces of which can be observed in this weapon's stronghold. I have no idea what is going on with that. I think it's probably a reference or something. Oh yeah. Demons were born of the Chaos Flame, but the flame has not survived, and the demons are a dying race. So when we destroyed the Chaos Flame, we kind of committed demon genocide? Which is, like, you know, not necessarily the best thing ever to do, but, you know, I mean, what can you do? What's a little genocide among friends? Old Sage's Blindfold and Witch's Ring. So that's interesting. So as we know, the Witch's Ring is connected to Izalith, and we're headed to an area called Smoldering Lake. That's the same. Oh yeah. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters, scorched by the flame of chaos, taught humans the art of pyromancy and offered them this ring. Blackblade might be a reference to Alanya. So the witches taught the need to fear the flame, but they seem to have forgotten that. And as we can tell, areas converge, and doesn't this all look a little bit familiar? Oh boy. Listen. What can you say about Gwyn? Guy loves him some genocide. His second favorite thing is treating his kids like shit. Gwyn's dating profile. It's like likes. Treating my kids like shit. Genocide. At least Kratos fucking tried. Oh, Horus.
Oh, Horus.
Hollow. I was trying to parry, but instead I just kind of stood there. Yeah, no, he was not... Gwyn was not great to his children. Obviously I'm biased because of how he treated Gwendolyn, but like... Why did I do that? There we go. I was so desperate for that parry, and then I didn't have enough stamina. Okay, I need to stop being cute and just actually fight him. Thank you, honey. Ooh, I need more stamina. There we go. Sorry, Horus.
Alas, poor Horus. I knew him.
That's funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to run through here because we need the large Titanite shards. We need one more. And And we're not going to go too deep into this area, but... I mean, brainwashed her, neglected her, abused her, forced her to trick human beings into linking the fire. Yeah, he treated her like shit, basically.
What didn't Gwyn do to her?
Oh yeah, also rewrote all of the history textbooks to misgender her. So yeah, this area, I'm not gonna go into it too much, as I said, but I want to plant the seeds in your mind. It's free real estate. No, Gwendolyn is trans. Like, she identifies that way, and then Gwyn kind of treated her like shit because of it. And then the whole fandom treated her like shit because of somebody making an incorrect assumption about an item. But not that I'm bitter or anything. That's a worm. Remember that Karthus sandworm? That's the worm. Now, fighting this worm is typically pretty hard, so I don't. What you actually just do is sit here, and the cross and the ballista will kill it for you. This isn't... Are there worms in Fortnite? I've never played it. Vive. Don't even. Don't. Trust me. I am being very nice. Yeah, it's not me you have to worry about. Yeah, Warriors of Karthus are a little dumb. Don't worry about it, Bella. You're better off. Guess I'll grab this item. Whee. Now, here's where stuff gets a little crazy. It's the demon ruins. Like... the demon ruins from Dark Souls 1, but, like, not unfinished this time. Like, actually feature complete this time. And as you know, like, the flame is, you know, the Chaos Flame was destroyed, and so the lake is smoldering because there's... this is, like, the last remnants of the Chaos Flame burning out. So we are standing at, like, kind of the very end of the remnants of demonkind. Which is, you know, kind of sad because they had a fucking rough go of it and they didn't ask for any of this and we committed genocide on them, which is a little bummer. That's not a word.
It's a bit of a bummer.
used all my firebombs, didn't I?
Oh, if the tales are true.
Oh yeah, he says like, oh, you found Irithyll? You want me to go like pillage it?
Right,
we're not gonna send him yet, but we're gonna get to it. Damn it, I need a black firebomb. I played myself. Oh no, that's fine, we have one. I didn't play myself, I'm a genius. Yeah, we have a bunch of little side stuff to tie up because, again, we are heading into the second third of the game. It's like not even a third. It's not half, but like it's over a third. Not counting DLC. Does the seed of a giant tree work on NPC invaders? I've never tried it. Gonna have to spend 20k to open that door at some point. Motherfucker. There we go. It's true, they do got funky pyromancy. Oh, sweet. So yeah, we're gonna hold off on the Demon Ruins because that's, or I guess we'll tackle it a little bit because I need some items. Oh, they nerfed the seed? How? Shout out to Best Crow. Oh yeah. Also, what do we get? Lightning Stake? That has some more. Oh no, never mind. That's... Farewell, Best Bird. Oh, that sucks.
That is, wasn't it? Pretty big.
Well, I mean, its DLC is great. So we're gonna, like, dip our toes in the Demon Ruins to get some items. But I'm not going to cover the lore too much. Suffice it to say, we are witnessing the remnants of, you know, Izalith now burnt out. And there are some sort of demons here. These are Gru, technically, so they're kind of like... somewhere in between. The game refers to them as smoldering Gru. So they may be Gru that, like, learned pyromancy. Oh yeah, also thing to look at is lying on the ground, we can see the bodies of Capra demons and other demons, because, again, they're flame burned out. We're walking through what is essentially a mass grave of demons. And it's all our fault, which is great. Love that. Swag. I don't actually love it. I feel very bad about it. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. A little bit. You motherfucker. Love this dude just chilling. Oh, you motherfucker. Whew. Oops, all genocide. I mean, in fairness, we committed our genocide by accident. Unlike Winnie the Pooh. Get it? Because he's like a piece of shit. Oh shit, it's those dudes. They were in Dark Souls 1. What's up, lads? That doesn't seem good. Oops, committed tax fraud. Actually, maybe we should go that way. Oh, I always try to make those jumps, and I never do. I graduated college. I don't need to give nothing the old college try. I know. I was making a joke. Because I'm still in awe that I actually managed to graduate from college, so sometimes I need to remind myself.
My wife graduated college, y'all.
It's true. It took me a long-ass time, but I did it. I had to transfer schools so many times. That's a dead Taurus demon over there. Yeah, at least these guys are still around, although they are not the original residents. Like, basically, they just kind of found this area, and it was, like, up for grabs, and they were just kind of like, alright, we'll take it. Anybody mind? Or the Grue down here. They basically, when the converging lands, you know, converged, they kind of were like, it's free real estate, basically. Oh my god. You all think of my jokes before I do. Squatters' rights, exactly. Robots and 3D printing? That's cool. Like 3D printing robots? Or like unrelated? Needed that. Get out of here. Oh boy, that's like the worst room ever. Oh, I thought I heard him. My god, these bastards have poise. They took it from me. Yeah, because, like, Irithyll has so much lore to cover, specifically, like, Gwenda lore, which I know people are here for. So I'm, like, waiting until we have side stuff done just to make sure I can, like, fully commit to the bit, you know? Speaking of committing to the bit, I doubt I'll get in, but I actually applied to, like, a VTuber agency the other day because I saw, like, an open call. So I feel it'd be pretty cool if I was able to do that. Oofa doofa. This hallway fucking is the worst hallway in any video game. At least the enemies make the funniest fucking noise. Oh, there's some sad lore over there. Oh boy. Oh, rats. Oopsie. That seems like a good stopping point, though, at least. Because we got the things we need, and there's a bunch of lore down there that I want to cover, but it's very compact. You know what I mean? Like, you get it. It's compact.
Just what? Pretty be careful like that.
Pyromancy Tome from Izalith, containing pyromancies of the witches. Give to the old master pyromancer to learn chaos pyromancies of Izalith. So yeah, it is Izalith, or the remnants of it.
Ah, there you are, unkindled one. I am pleased to have a pupil as dedicated as you.
Thanks.
Ah, what have we here? A pyromancy tome from Izalith. Then you found the home of pyromancy.
Such a lad.
Brilliant. I will never curse being old and undead again. Now, show it here, quickly. Let us channel them together.
I love him.
The primal pyromancy is known only to old Master Salaman.
I love my pyro dad. Okay. Oh yeah, we already got that lore from the first one. But yeah, it's Izalith. You know it, you love it. I know, he's so cute. I'm actually going to use that 20k to get an item. That tower key that we were going to pick up earlier. I'm going to use it for later. Actually, I might as well use it now for an item, because we're taking care of loose ends. So, actually, no, I want one item beforehand. Sorry, I keep walking in circles. So, as we know from that key, the Firekeepers, after they fulfill their duty of getting someone to link the flame, they die and get buried. Which, again, the item frames as a positive thing, but, like, we are never... We know the items are biased in favor of linking the fire. Not necessarily from Gwyn's perspective, but probably people from Lothric who are carrying on Gwyn's will, especially since, Guinevere may be the Queen of Lothric. We discussed that earlier. Cirrus needs our help. Let's go help Cirrus. We love you, Cirrus.
Come on, y'all. Time to help Cirrus.
We stand. This guy was a pain in the ass at SL1. Come on, Cirrus. Stop healing, you coward. We all love Cirrus. She's here to defend her home. Nice. Well, she's a Dark Moon. All Dark Moons are gay.
Thank you for your kind assistance. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
Oh wow, she just told me somebody followed. Every time she says it, I'm just like, wait, did somebody follow? And I check my list. Well, that was nice. Now we gotta go say hi. Well, all the Dark Moons are gay. It's an all-female warrior group, and they all follow Gwendolyn, and all the ones we've met have been gay.
Lesbian club.
I have not thanked you for your generous rescue. That dark spirit was one of Rosaria's fingers. Vile bastard offspring who lurk in the darkness. My sworn enemies. Fearsome invaders, to say the least. I would not have made it alone. You have my deepest gratitude. If you require help on your travels, I offer you my sign. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
Thank you. I love her. And you know she's gay, because she just gave us a cat ring. Silver ring depicting a leaping feline. Prevents damage from falling. In the Age of Gods, or possibly just following it, an old cat was said to speak with a human tongue, with the voice of an old woman, and the form of a fanciful immortal. Yeah, cats are just really powerful. And in the game, too. Not yet. I'm gonna wait until later. But I will be getting into it. But it seems like she's really opposed to Rosaria, who we met in the church. And it's unclear if the Dark Moons are opposed to Rosaria specifically. Or if it's just Cirrus with a personal vendetta. Fair warning, sadness ahead. Also, gorgeous view ahead, but... Also, yeah, look at how much more washed out this area is compared to Irithyll. Because, again, this is powered by the fading Desperate Flame, whereas Best Girl Gwendolyn was just able to power the moon herself. Because she's the best. Thank you, Dude Snack. Does my voice sound hoarse? Yeah. Name change indeed. Because I, couldn't be using the name of, like, a licensed character. Bye, Bella. Yep, this is the bell that we saw in the intro, and this is holding... This is a former Firekeeper, who clearly has been here for some time. But she resembles the Firekeeper we know in terms of, like,
Now thou art
you
a
know,
blade of the
everything.
dark moon.
hunteth the enemies.
She even has the
lords
mask.
By the power of the dark sun.
Ample C, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on becoming a Blade of the Dark Moon. Enjoy your emotes. I hate that there's no item there. I always think there's going to be one. It seems like the perfect place for an item, you know? Cinders puts one there at least. Thank you, sir. Alright, all stretched out. Let's rock. Anyway, let's read up on the Firekeeper soul. Yeah. If you require rest, now is the time. As a wonderful lady once said. Soul of a Firekeeper who returned from the abyss. The Firekeeper preserves the bonfire and serves its champion. She is said to have soothed and accepted the dark sigil which has tainted her soul. And yet, her soul will one day embed itself in the bosom of another Firekeeper. So, we gotta take it to our girl. Okay, there's an item here I want. Nice. No. Oh, thank God. Firekeeper outfit. Before we go down there, there's some deep lore, so I want to just get this out of the way. Robe worn by the guardian of the shrine. The Firekeepers were robbed of light to better serve as vessels for souls. Only those who cherished the writhing, searing darkness were given the Keeper's black attire. So we saw in the beginning, right? When the Firekeeper picked up that crown and there was like a swirling darkness in it. It seems like their sight is removed and they are placed into this darkness in order to better bring them closer to the flame. And in order to handle having that much humanity in them. Now, what's fucked up is that it says they were robbed of light, meaning this was not necessarily a position people would take by choice. Some did, like Irina wanted to, but, you know, our Firekeeper, maybe not a choice she made. And in keeping with that, we're going to go down here and see exactly how long this has gone on for. Because this is the grave of the Firekeepers. Countless women robbed of sight and robbed of their lives purely for the sake of continuing a flame that no longer serves any purpose except to the scant remaining gods. It's really sad, basically. Like, and again, this is one instance where the game doesn't explicitly tell you these things, but you can put it together and you can work out, hey, maybe this is a bad system. Maybe this system is wrong. Maybe this system needs to change. And the characters in the game might tell you to go forth and just go along with the system that's in place, but this system can't be allowed to endure. At least I certainly don't think so. A green ring crafted from shards increases HP restored by the Estus flask. This ring was entrusted to a certain Firekeeper, but in the end she never met her champion, and the ensuing tragic farce became a favorite tale of the masses. As that probably doesn't make a ton of sense right now, but it will make sense in time. That's connected to a thing we'll cover later. And now that we have cleared those formalities out of the way, I think it is time to, at long last, head to Irithyll. But first, we need to check in with our Firekeeper.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire.
Olivia Mace did such a good job VAing her.
Ashen One, this is much like what lies within me. Then let it find its own place within my bosom. She will understand. We are both Firekeepers after all. Forgive me, sister. May the flames guide thy way.
Oh, that's so sad.
Ashen One, Ashen. Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
Yes, it was a popular story. Poor Firekeeper. Oh yeah, also, our boy Joel has unfortunately passed away. He's connected to a questline we won't be doing, but... You know what? It's using old language. You don't have to make it weird.
Oh, hello, you're back. And in one piece. What is it? I'm ready to go thieving at a moment's notice. Just give me the word. A fine choice.
Now we can send him to Irithyll.
I am Greyrat the Thief. What I bring back will be worthy of that name. Goodbye. I will leave for some time. So long for now. Do stay safe, you hear? Or my efforts will have been for naught.
Can you move that away from the mic a bit? That's okay. Okay, so... we've got what we need to get, and so we will, at long last, continue on to Irithyll. I am so sorry to those who, like, kept waiting for this. Or had to leave. Drop my links one more time. And yeah, fair warning, this is gonna get sad. Like, pretty fucking sad. So just brace yourself. So... one thing about Irithyll is the architecture is very reminiscent of the old gods' architecture, like in Orlando and such. There's a ghost here. That ghost is most likely Vort before he became a big ol' monster. And those don't look like dark moons. Now, that dude did just spit out humanity, so whatever this thing is connected to the dark. For reference, these dudes are called Pontiff Knights, meaning this fucking Pontiff Sulivan asshole seems to have done some things to Gwendolyn's kingdom, and that's not good, I would say. That's less than good. Also, I should mention, this is where the game has its biggest difficulty spike. Like, Irithyll is a huge jump in difficulty, so you have to forgive me if I die a few times along the way. Because typically I run through a lot of this area, but there's lore that we have to cover, so I can't. Because lore always comes first. The real Dark Souls starts here. Yeah, normally I do the same thing, dude snack. Ooh, those iframes. Get out from behind the shield, you prick. Parrying's my life. They don't call me parry goddess for nothing. I say immediately whiffing a parry. Backstabs work. So yeah. Things have been rough. So here is where things get sad in a way that I think not a lot of people know about. These things here are called Irithyll slaves, which are, you know, self-explanatory. However, within the game files, item descriptions, and the model, it is made clear all of these hollowed slaves are women, which means they may be the remnants of the Dark Moons. If Gwendolyn was overthrown and all of these women were enslaved, it's most likely that these were the remaining Dark Moons, and that Cirrus may have fled, like, rightfully so, to avoid sharing the fate. Yeah, Sullivan... We're gonna discuss Sullivan, because needless to say, I would like to have some words with him. Posture adjusted, thank you. Oh yeah, I would argue that... I don't want to say too much, but I would argue that Pontiff Sullivan is one of the few purely evil characters in the series. I feel like he and Seath are like the top two contenders. Like, that ought to give you an overview of just how bad. And again, I don't want to say too much, but I imagine you can guess what somebody like this would do to a leader of a nation that he tried to take over. Now, we won't get every bit of lore on Sullivan until we hit the DLC. It's Henri!
Oh, I thought it might be you. Good to see you. I never managed to find Horace, but my duty must be done, even alone, as an unkindled Lord Seeker. For the children I knew, bless their souls. We all have our reasons, don't we? Please, take this. Recompense for my foolish request. And also a token of protection. May the flames guide your way. I would do well to... May the flame... I would make...
So... It seems like Henri is from a place that was also destroyed by Aldrich, and may have, you know, had a bunch of children devoured. Now, here we go. Proof of a conquered kept. Proof that a dark spirit was felled by a blue sentinel. Blood-trained shrunken ear. Souvenir taken for subduing the guilty. The knights, called the Blades of the Dark Moon, punish the guilt-soaked offenders of the gods and take this as proof of their conquest. The earless corpses of the guilty will be left behind as a warning to others, inspiring both fear and respect for the gods. Such is the eternal mandate of the Dark Sun. We already know. So, this area is called the Church of Yorshka. We have not heard the word Yorshka before, but keep it in mind. Now, Henri here can have some different endings to her quest line. And if you don't act here, it won't end well for her. There is an individual here.
Why?
I know that seems cruel, but that individual would have murdered Henri. She said, but why Lady Yuria? We will learn about Yuria on New Game Plus. Oh yeah, she just had the Ulysseal Sorcery. Love how Henri doesn't comment on that. She's not like, dude, what the fuck? I genuinely don't know. I think it's mostly, like, trial and error. Or people leave messages. Oh yeah, these dudes can turn invisible and then try to sneak up on you. Oh wow, Blood Gem dropped that early? Blood Gem has some lore. A gem of infused Titanite, slurped by Irithyll slaves. Gross. So yeah, it seems like they are not treated well, and they find brief bits of sustenance where they can get it. Yeah, on a first playthrough you won't know, but I'm just... So, there's a crow person praying at this grave. We'll get into why that is. Yeah. We'll discuss it more in New Game Plus. But it's part of an extremely complicated questline, basically. Hi, Cooper. He's just screaming.
Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
Okay, I love you. Thank you. Thank you, Vive. Have a good one. And Alan Marlandro, thank you for the follow. Oh, we didn't actually level up. Oops.
Welcome. Very then take.
I just saw her T-pose. For like a split second.
Farewell, Ash Maiden.
So yeah, keep the name Yorshka in mind, because it comes to be important. So yeah, basically this guy Sullivan, along with the Church of the Deep, like the corrupted way of White Church, seem to have taken over Irithyll and are ruling over it in Gwendolyn's stead. What happened to Gwendolyn, we don't know. We'll learn more later, but... He also was calling Aldrich here, which isn't great. And since the Church of the Deep was a corrupted version of the Way of White, so it's possible that one way he usurped power was by... One way he usurped power was by, like, tricking the Way of White Church in Irithyll to becoming, like, a Church of the Deep. Since in this area, the Way of White would worship Gwendolyn. Which is like, you know what? Good for them. Typically, the Way of White isn't great, but they did good that time. Nothing bad at all will happen. And Gwendolyn was like, okay, I see no reason not to trust you, Mr. Sullivan. Oh my god, I forgot they can climb. I think Gwendolyn may have gotten a little too trusting in her old age. Shit. My goodness, that did a lot of damage. Sneaky peeky. Yeah, I know I'm dropping like a ton of lore on you, and it's all really bad news. It's all really bad, sad lore, unfortunately. Oh, god damn it. I forgot they could do that. Yorshka's spear. There we go. So now we know that Yorshka is most likely a person. This treasure, gifted to the Yorshka Church. Oh, okay. Is enchanted by a soporific spell and was surreptitiously worshipped by Irithyll slaves. So that's interesting. So basically what that's saying is that these Irithyll slaves, despite being, like, worked to the bone and treated like, you know, garbage by Sullivan, still continued to worship this Church of Yorshka in secret. As for, like, what the Church of Yorshka is all about and stuff, we will get into it. Gesundheit! Gesundheit! My wife has the cutest sneezes. Yeah, a lot of it probably lives in Katarina. Shit. Sorry, ladies. I feel bad, but, like, honestly, this is probably a mercy to them. Still, the one bit of, like, some really good lore I do take from this is the fact that, like, even if things eventually went wrong, like, very, very wrong, there was a long period of time in which Gwendolyn had her own nation, had her own kingdom, or queendom. and ruled over it happily and peacefully. And I think I'm just happy she got that because she deserves it. God damn it. She certainly deserves better than this, but... Oh yeah, also real quick, body horror. Shit, I didn't think I would reach them. This is one of the scariest enemies I've ever encountered in any game. There's gonna be more of those. Sorry, I wanted to warn beforehand. I apologize. But yeah, there's gonna be some really nasty things here. You know, those things scare the fuck out of me. Alright. More lore. More lore. Thor 4, more Thor. Now this is very interesting. One of Rosaria's man grubs, including a staff of hers, is here. Outside of Irithyll. And so that, of course, raises the question of why? We have two possibilities. Well, three, I guess. One being Rosaria's fingers are enemies of Irithyll, which would line up with Cirrus calling them her sworn enemies. The other being that maybe they were there to try to observe what was going down, and the other, of course, being that they may have been trying to help. But yeah, that fella traveled a long way and ultimately did not reach his destination, we can assume. Yeah, that must suck to come all that way and then get killed. We're not going to go down there just yet. The boss fight we're going to try to get to soon is also in my top 5 boss fights in the entire game, by the way. Or at least the boss we're trying to get to. We still have some ways. But yeah, I can imagine for some of you, at least, I mean, those who don't already know, I can imagine that for some of you, some pieces are starting to come together. Not necessarily all, which is fine. But some. Gross. Can't touch this. And who's that nice man? They can't get in here. Who could that be? Could it perhaps be my dad? It's my dad!
Excuse me, I must have dozed off.
It's rather warm in here. Well, hasn't it been all too long? It's good to see you. Oh, I seem to have missed my chance, so I, Siegward of Katarina, offer my deepest gratitude.
I love him too, he's my
dad.
dad.
And a surprise to go with it. It's all yours.
Thank you.
I know. Won't you join me for dinner?
Oh, I love this.
I make a fine Estus soup. I've got some stewing right now.
Make
Even
soup.
we undead deserve a little normalcy from time to time.
Undead normally
And
can't eat.
Finally, upon this
he made soup.
let us make a toast. to your valor, my sword, and our sworn duties.
I love you,
Long
Dad.
may the sun shine.
Coming real quick just to see Dad.
He actually heals you with the soup.
Guys, you wanna come over? My dad made Estes soup.
God. Okay, he does have some deep lore real quick.
Have you heard? Somewhere, hidden right here in Irithyll, is a deep dungeon. And even below that, the profaned capital, home of Yhorm, the reclusive giant lord. That reminds me, I've a grave promise to keep. Oh, sorry. I'm afraid I've cast a cloud over things.
That's okay, Dad.
Well, I'm going to have myself a little nap. The only thing to do, really, after a nice toast.
King? Just immediately lights out. Fucking king.
Knocked out before he can even lay down. He's just sitting upright, asleep.
What a king. So, okay, so real quick, the lore that he gave us. Basically, he's saying that underneath Irithyll is the profaned capital, where Yhorm is from, and he has to go down there for some reason or another, but he is connected to Yhorm and has some sort of promise related to Yhorm, and we will learn more about that in time. But that's kind of basically what's going on there. And also, he's just a very nice dad, and I love him. Now then, let's continue on. What have we here? If it isn't a portrait of Guinevere. Maybe starting to put more pieces together.
And who's that fellow over there?
And who's that staring at her? Simp! Oh god. That's a silver knight. That's not a black knight. Those silver knights are supposed to be gone. They're also pots full of stuff that inflicts frost. I guess they're just keeping ice in pots. Oh my god. So not only was he looking at a portrait of Guinevere, he had fucking Guinevere gamer girl bathwater. What a zero respect. Also, you're first, like, in addition to that, you're in the realm of fucking best princess, and you're gonna simp for Guinevere? That's the worst thing. Get out of here. You too. Yep. No, I mean, I like the idea of Gwendolyn putting up pictures of her sister and, like, just other things she's familiar with. I think it's sweet. But these are some cringe-ass knights. The Leo ring. Ornstein's ring, if you remember. Ring associated with Dragonslayer Ornstein, one of the 4 knights of Gwyn, the First Lord. I love how stuff has to specify more about Gwyn in this one, just because it's been so long that most people don't know who Gwyn is. Ornstein was the first knight of the sun's eldest born, and his cross spear is said to have pierced scales made of stone. So before he served Gwyn, he served Gwyn's firstborn, who's expelled from the annals of history. for some crime that we don't know of yet. But he has a connection to him there. Twisted Great Hammer associated with Smo, the last knight to remain at his post, guarding the ruined cathedral. Restore HP while attacking, a carryover from Smo's past as an executioner. So this is saying, again, whatever the place is referring to, he was the last one, meaning, again, Ornstein left first, since they were supposed to be guarding together. But the question is, of course, if Smo perished in Anor Londo, what is his hammer doing here? We do have the big picture of Guinevere. We have a portrait that looks like Anor Londo, or somewhere close to it. There's some Dark Souls 2 posters. There's the Duke's Archives, another portrait. So yeah, it is most likely Gwendolyn set this all up. Ornstein X Smo. God, no. God, no. Smo doesn't deserve him.
That's true. Smo does not deserve him. He's too good for him.
I have a specific ship for Ornstein, but it's spoilers. But I am looking forward to discussing it. There's a very, very good ship for Ornstein. Nobody say anything. If you're a regular, you know already. You will see. Oh my god, I didn't even mean to do that. I'm just that good. Got him. Plot twist, Smo is just Eldritch Goop. You got it. How'd you know? Ah! Oh my god, that sound is so intimidating. And we have to go give the poop ashes to the Shrine Handmaid and level up. I hate that. They're so gross. They even have lore on them? No. Gross.
Ah. Gracious.
The bad kind of gnarly, where things are gnarled.
Ashen.
Welcome.
Deep lore jokes.
Farewell, Ashen Maiden.
No, Mildred X Quelana is the realness. If you want that good, that's where you need to go. I mean, I guess she's fine with it, I guess. She's just like, yeah, this is just another day. She's been here for a while. She just doesn't even care anymore. I mean, you don't know what she's about. There's some items around this area that I want to get, but I'm not going to do it yet. She's 3 days from retirement. God. Praise the cancelable gestures. This little area fucking sucks. Yeah, we're getting close to a boss I really like. I mean, obviously, like, you gotta figure, like, we're gonna have to run into Sullivan or Sullivan's corpse, depending on what happened to him, sooner rather than later, but we're probably not there yet. But I do think you're gonna like what's in here. Or if not like, at least consider cool. If it's connected with the Pontiff, you're not gonna like it. Because he's a dick. Again, how is there no item here? Okay, time for some lore, actually. If we can find it. I'm not sure if it's in here or out there. Oh no, it's not out here yet. There's just some statues we're looking for. The next arena has some good lore. Bitch. I do think it's... I know, it's really cool how, like, how interconnected the areas are. Or at least gives the appearance of. Uh-oh. Somebody aggroed. No, god damn it. I wanted the item in there. Ooh, that was fucking close. Those don't really have a ton of relevance. Yeah, now that we open up the shortcut, I am going to grab this item, discuss it, and then I'm going to run to the restroom, get some more water, and then when I am back, we will power through, and when we finish this next boss, we'll be done. Ring of the Sun's Firstborn, which we find outside Gwendolyn's boss room. Merited the light of Gwyn. The Sun's Firstborn was once a god of war until he was stripped of his stature as punishment for his foolishness. No wonder his very name has slipped from the annals of history. But yeah, if the ring is here, it seems like it seems like Gwendolyn held it pretty close. So, definitely another sign that she's around here somewhere. Best girl Gwendolyn just waiting to surprise us with a guest appearance.
I'll wait for her.
Guest starring The Gwendolyn Show, starring Gwendolyn. I will do all of those things in 2 seconds, Dude Snack. Thank you. And cellular.
Ah.
Let me just grab a level, and then we will go for it.
Very well, then taken. Farewell, Ashen One.
I would also like the idea of all of the Gwyn kids reuniting and being friends after their horrid dad dies. I would really like that a lot, actually. Anyway, I am going to go and run to the restroom, and then when I am back, we will get her going. Let me drop my links again. Oh yeah, and don't forget to consider subscribing if you have not already. It would help me. Alright, I will be right back. Alright, are we ready?
For justice?
For justice? I don't know how many of you are... Again, I know a lot of you have played it, so I assume you know what boss is coming next. I'm not sure if people who have not played it know what's coming next, but you're in for a treat. At the very least, you're in for one of the single best, like, boss songs ever. Like, one of the best, like, boss OSTs. In my opinion. That's my opinion.
Jesus.
I'd say housewives are crazy, but I am a housewife.
I mean, are you crazy?
A little bit. That's right. I'm crazy. I mean, I'm crazy to be watching Akudama Drive.
You're a little Twinkie boy.
He's so...
You're a soft murder boy.
He's so pretty.
Is that your new murder boy?
We'll see. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna shut up for a second because this intro is so fucking good. It's him. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh shit. He has a stand. Oh my god. You sign your own fucking death warrant. First fucking try. Thank you. Do it all for Gwendolyn. I was so close to doing no hit on him.
Motherfucker. Got you at the last minute.
It's such a good fight with such a good theme, but fuck him. And it's not just that we beat him for her. Here is some really conclusive proof. Look at these statues. The long flowing dress, the dark moon staff, the head covering. This is a church to Gwendolyn. So you remember how she never got any fucking statues? Now she has her own kingdom and she can have as many of them as she wants.
And no one can stop her.
So not only was she the queen, she was their god. So she was like a god queen. Yeah, the dress is really long and it hides the snakes. But yeah, God, that was so satisfying, beating his fucking ass.
Welcome us.
What a day. That's all. It's always nice.
Ashen once, Ashen. Farewell, me.
It'd probably be harder to sculpt.
Aha, thou return.
So we get some lore from Sullivan. Because, like, the question is, like, who is he? A ceremonial sword, held in Pontiff Sullivan's left hand, representing the judgment of the moon, but with magic far closer to sorcery than any existing lunar power. Its dark blue hues, deeper than the darkest moon, reflect Sorcerer Sullivan's true nature. A ceremonial sword held in Pontiff Sullivan's right hand, representing the profaned flame. We haven't heard of that yet. Long ago, when Sullivan was yet a young sorcerer, he discovered the profaned capital and an unfading flame below a distant tundra of Irithyll, and a burning ambition took root within him.
Blocked.
Pontiff Sullivan of Irithyll. Okay, this is tears ahead. Fair warning. I'm just gonna let you know right now, and then we'll talk about the lore, but ready for bastard ahead. Pontiff Sullivan of Irithyll, imprisoned a goddess of the old royalty in the abandoned cathedral to be fed to the devourer. So that is why he is calling Aldrich there, to devour Gwendolyn. So not only is he a monster, he's literally trying to get Gwendolyn fucking eaten.
Ashen One.
He's the worst.
Then Hagen. Farewell, Ashen. May the flip.
It gets worse. It fucking gets worse. I know you're like, how could it get worse? But...
Oh, I might have died if it wasn't for that peculiar onion knight.
Siegfried.
But in the end, it all paid off.
Siegfried saved him.
Look.
Because Siegfried's just the best. Not sure if he has... Oh, yeah. Here's some... Magical arrows said to have been used by the Dark Moon Knights. Imbued with a silver light, these arrows inflict magic damage. It is said long ago the goddess of the Dark Moon, Gwendolyn, wielded these arrows with a matching golden bow. That's our first mention of her by name. But it says long ago, meaning she most likely retired from combat. Now, what's interesting about Sullivan's sword, and this is partially spelled out through some other items, so I'm just going to go into it right now. Even though, like, there's, you know, there's more stuff we can read about on the issue, but I'll go into it for now. So basically, Sullivan was this young sorcerer who found this thing called the Profaned Flame. And when he did, it seemed to corrupt him in some way. Or perhaps he was already corrupted. It's hard to say, really. But upon doing so, he came to Irithyll, most likely disguised as a member of the Way of White, and entered into Gwendolyn's service. Hence, you know, using the power of the moon. However, he deceived her. It wasn't the power of the moon, it was a darker, deeper sorcery. And when the time came, he betrayed her, imprisoned her, and took over her city. It's unclear what happened to the rest of the Sunless Realms. Hopefully they're still persevering, and now that Sullivan's dead, hopefully they can recover. But he literally is just the actual goddamn worst. Fuck that guy. Literally, it doesn't get much worse. Well, that's the thing, is that he most likely, actually, I'm not sure if we'll get the dialogue, but we hear later on from a certain source that... Actually, maybe we should hold off on this area until next time. Because we're about to come up on an area that is going to make all of you say, oh, holy shit. But we, I want to make sure it gets its own due, that we don't have to, like, show up there and immediately, like, good night, everybody. But yeah, some dialogue suggests that he may have, you know, stabbed Gwendolyn in the back, not necessarily literally, or poisoned her, something like that. Like, something underhanded, because he knew that... That's true, it could be a good cliffhanger. Okay, well, we'll try. Actually, no, there's a huge, huge, huge lore reveal right before. Sorry. I'm sorry, I just keep messing with her day. yeah, basically he did all that because he knew that she was stronger than him. He had to resort to, like, underhanded trickery and the like because she would have beaten his ass in a fair fight. Yeah, pretty much. He's a little bitch. Drop my links one more time. Now then, we will return on Monday, and we will be heading to... Well, let's just say you're gonna lose your shit. If you don't already know, I can fucking goddamn guarantee you're gonna lose your goddamn mind. So, stay tuned and stay hype, and we will be back very soon. I feel like, as far as the base game goes, we probably only have a couple episodes left. So make sure you tune in, because we'll probably be done with the base game by the end of this coming week. But we will see. Thank you all for coming by, everyone, and watching me beat the absolute hell out of Worst Boy Sullivan. Yeah, thank you all for coming. It is always wonderful to see all of you, and I can't wait to see you all again very soon, because it always makes me happy when you guys show up. Like, genuinely, this isn't just me, like, trying to match the face. Like, I really do appreciate you guys being here, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Oh yeah, don't forget to drink water, Venmo me $100, Stan Gwendolyn, and remember that somebody out there loves you, no matter what. Good night, everybody.